Okay, so this is a help me video for the IADT student for Photoshop. I'm getting an incredible amount of questions about the text tool, so I'm going to run through all the scenarios that could fail on the text tool. Okay, I don't know what the text tool is all about. It's not. It's something that happens to new students all the time in Photoshop. So don't be feeling that it's only happening to you. It's one of those things that it's just an awkward thing, but it's very easy to fix. Uh, First off, know that the text tool is usually all jacked up. So in other words, in here, it's usually in white, and it's usually some kind of point ratio that is either too small or too big. Okay, so I'm going to set this to something like 400 points and this to white. So if I go to the text tool and click here, you can see that I have this incredibly huge character. And if I type something out, it's not going to show up anyway. Because why? It's white. So before you even start typing with the text tool, please set this to black or whatever color that you need. And keep in mind that you won't know what to set this at first. But if you look at that line or type out a character, it really does help. Let's say I type out a character T. Okay, that's really big. So if I go in here and say 24 points, or let's say something like maybe 48, that's above or an average for a document. For this document, and it's all based upon the fact that in here, if I go to the move tool, image size, this is a 300 resolution document. So type is going to be naturally smaller on this because in Photoshop, type is based upon raster. If I need to add something to this, first, note that you should select the layer it's on. Then go back to the text tool, click in the area, and you can add to it. If you need to make another layer of text, you have to go to the move tool, go to the text tool, and now I have 2 layers of text. If you have the move tool on and you have auto select on, you can now grab these very quickly and move them around. Okay. You can resize them by using the scale points, but I would highly suggest that you probably don't do that, but I'm going to leave that up to you to discover why. Here's a hint. It's kind of really hard to get another one like it. Let's say I do this and show you how. Okay, I scaled that up. I'll go to the move tool and apply it. If I go to the text tool, do you think I'm going to be able to maybe get another word that's exactly like this? No. But you can use Alt, click and drag, and you can get a copy of this, and then with that copy highlighted, you can now change the text. Okay, so you're getting a lot of text. If you get a lot of text and you want it to all be at 1, I found the best way to do this is just go into layer and group layers. There we go. So now you can just keep it as 1. And then anytime you need to change any of the wording, you can go in here to the group. You can rename this by clicking here, words. Other things that you should know about the text tool is if you have a complex paragraph, and I'll just insert some character text here. Move this down. Highlight it with my text tool. You should also know that there is this palette right here that allows you to try and change your character and your paragraph. Okay. So instead of making something fairly huge using the scale tool, you can always use it this way and this way. And that's a little easier because now you know at 152% or 129%, I can produce the same text over and over again. This gives you the options of changing here, this same as above. So there's a lot of things that are above that's in this one right here. The sizing between letters, different story, like words and sentences. You got this. Between letters here. And you can use a baseline shift to move everything up just a skosh. So in other words, I could take maybe this top row, and notice now that I highlighted it, it's very awkward to highlight after I do a baseline shift. So, but it is possible to move words up using the baseline shift. Alright, so there we go. That is everything about the text tool that will get you started. Okay. Right now, those are the most asked questions. I'm going to let you figure out the rest based upon the areas that I've shown you here. Alright, enjoy, and on to the next helper video if there is one.